Welcome, everybody. We are going to do a Mercury retrograde reading for Capricorn. The retrograde starts on the 4th or the 5th, depending on whatever. So if you're wondering when it starts, let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn. Capricorn, you have the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and as I forget to do the timestamp, right? So let's do that. You have the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. You also have this luck card. It says, anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. It says, if you believe that you are lucky, you'll create an abundance mindset. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Capricorn. I think this is the secret to not just right now, but I would say the next 3 years of your life are really big mindset years for you, Capricorn. So again, if you think things are going to go well, Capricorn, they will go very well. If you think things are all terrible and miserable and all that other stuff, then it'll be terrible and miserable and all that other stuff. So I would make sure that you keep it positive, that you stay focused on the good stuff, of course, brainwash yourself if you have to, and keep things moving in a positive direction. It will increase your luck if you believe in that sort of thing. You have the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords, I feel like you're coming into this reading feeling stuck, even maybe today. Today is the 28th of July, so I think even coming into this reading today, you could be feeling a little stuck, although I feel like you're feeling like just a slight little bit better and maybe a little bit less stuck than you think. I kind of feel this is a problem and a solution right here, the 5 of Wands. I think part of the problem is that maybe you have some really big plans or dreams or ideas or things that you want. It's almost like the universe has put a bunch of things in front of you. This is how I see it, for you. It's like the universe has put a bunch of things in front of you, and it's like, look at all these shiny things, all these things you want. Maybe it's like a car or something else that would cost money. And it's like, but I feel like you have this very strong desire to have certain things in your life. But it's like that desire is amplified right now for you, Capricorn. I feel like it's pouring out of you. You're like, oh my God, I really want this in my life, whatever it is. And I feel like the 5 of Wands is saying this is creating a little bit of conflict. It's also making you look at your current situation, and you're saying, but I'm not here yet. I'm not there yet. I don't have the things that I want and desire. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the same thing. 10 of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. I always say that the 10 of Pentacles is something that we will work on forever, for the rest of our lives. I don't think we just get the 10 of Pentacles. It's building and leaving a legacy. Obviously, you don't leave a legacy until you die. So, again, this is something that you do forever. And so I feel like you've been working on this for a long time, but I also feel like you're kind of trying to create this goodness on earth right now. You're trying to create the things that you want, or that, again, this desire has been built up. I feel like for whatever reason, I feel like this is desire that has been built up in your life, or right now, at this time. You feel almost a little bit frustrated to me. And the 10 of Pentacles is the goal. So I think this is what you're trying to accomplish. Let's see. With the 8 of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. I kind of feel that this is saying you could actually create things very quickly for yourself. The Knight of Swords is charging forward towards success when he's, positive. And so I feel a lot of you could be charging forward towards a new success. The 8 of Swords says, be flexible and stay open to all the ways there are to do things. But kind of the thing I'm getting here is that this is more like work. I feel like I don't really see this 8 of Swords as you just needing to simply find another way to do things. I see it as you kind of looking at the mountain, right? It's you know what to do to get to this place right here, the 10 of Pentacles. It's almost like you have an idea, but you also see all the moving parts. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying, don't run away. He is normally going in the past direction in a reading when I have him, down on the table. And so I feel like he is saying, face the mountain, right? You can't make this up here either. With the 5 Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles. There's a mountain right here. On the Ace of Pentacles. So mountains can represent obstacles in the tarot, but they can also represent achievements. Where do you get the best views? At the top of a mountain. So I feel the Ace of Pentacles is saying there's a big opportunity for you. Maybe you're a little bit conflicted because of the amount of work that you're going to have to do, or maybe you think that, but who knows? Maybe it won't really be that much work. The Ace of Pentacles isn't really necessarily work. The Ace of Pentacles is about nurturing something into existence. So there's this garden right here, and the Ace of Pentacles represents watering it, feeding it, fertilizing it, giving it sunlight, So it's all about kind of, taking care of a situation, really nurturing it. So I really feel that something maybe isn't going to be as much work as you think. And I feel that this is saying that you need to kind of like make sure that you just nurture something that you're working on into existence. With the Ten of Pentacles, do I need to say it? Definitely a lot of abundance coming in here for you, Capricorn. I also feel this could say that, the work is going to be worth it. So, the Ace of Pentacles, and here's the other thing about the Ace of Pentacles, or sorry, the Empress, is all she has to do is wave her scepter in front of her and she creates abundance. So I feel for a lot of you that this is basically saying all you have to do is, kind of like wave your scepter, in front of you. So this could represent like a very simple process. That's what's popping into my head. Let me back up because I feel like I jumped ahead here in my head. I think that, whatever you're working on, that, maybe you want to start a business or a new career or want to learn something new. I feel like if you create the process, it will be 10 times easier than you think it's going to be. So you could be kind of like overcomplicating something a little bit here at the beginning of your reading. And I feel that if you just find simple ways of doing things and don't overcomplicate things, obviously they'll be easier and definitely like 10 times more abundant. We'll do a collective as well. So collective, let's see what we get for you, collective people. Let's see, collective. So for the collective, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. For the collective, we have this workaholic card. It says having a strong work ethic and giving it 110% all of the time. It says hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. I actually feel like everybody in the collective is going to be feeling very motivated. So again, it could be one of those retrogrades where people really feel more motivated, more energetic, not the other way around. I would say that I do think it's a good time to practice taking a rest or getting rest or taking a break. We have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year, pretty much in the same area of the sky in Leo. This Mercury retrograde's in Leo, and also Mars going retrograde in Leo at the end of the year. And so I kind of feel it's like a little bit of practice for when we get there. Leo is kind of like our life force, our vitality. And so, when Mars goes retrograde there, you're going to want to have energy saved up. So if you feel like working, work. If you feel like resting and sleeping, rest and sleep. Like practice collecting your energy so that when we get to the end of the year, you have more than enough energy to get through the end of the year. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. I think that it's a good idea for everyone to practice resourcefulness at this time. We are literally in a time of resourcefulness. Why do you think all this weird stuff is happening with money and all that other stuff? So Queen of Pentacles doesn't say don't spend money. She just says, be resourceful. If you can do something for cheaper, or, if you can get things on sale, or if you can find a better way to make money, or any of that, that's what I would be looking for, and that's what I would be studying with the Queen of Pentacles. Collective has the Seven of Cups as well. Big dreams at this time. We have Neptune and Pisces. We also have Saturn and Pisces. So Neptune and Pisces is your crazy ass idea. Saturn and Pisces says get your ass moving. And if you actually start working on that crazy idea, then you might just create whatever it is. So I think we are in a time of big dreams. Neptune's going retrograde as well. Well, it is, and Saturn. And so, again, I think that now is the perfect time with Neptune going retrograde to kind of like take that crazy idea and ground it in reality. When you think about it, when it's moving forward, being on Neptune would be like being under 100 hurricanes going 10,000 miles an hour with, high seas, waves, 200 feet tall, the craziest thing you could possibly imagine, right? So now that Neptune is going retrograde, it's kind of like calming down. And now is the time where we could manifest our wildest dreams if we put the work in. So I would make sure to put the work in with that Seven of Cups. You have the Eight of Wands collective. And let me just do this real quick. The Eight of Wands is quick success or a quick conclusion. The Eight of Wands is also good news, but also remember what I said earlier about the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like the slip and slide of life. We have to, and I think this is what everybody should be doing until like 2033. So, almost the next 10 years. I think we all need to be paying very close attention to what causes friction, and we need to pay very close attention to what removes friction from our life and speeds things up. As long as we double down on those things that speed things up or make things more efficient, we will be like 30 times more successful than we normally would be. So make sure you're paying attention. With the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, love is changing. So I think that for those of you that want love or marriage, love is changing. I also feel that this could be the opportunity for blessings. He is blessing these two people in front of him here. So I really do feel that there could be like a really solid opportunity to receive some blessings in your life. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I think people need to like stop dreaming about relationships at this time as well. So Neptune going retrograde is great because it's like part of my problem with Neptune, especially in Pisces, is it's like the fantasy. It's just mental masturbation, basically. It's like the fantasy feels better than the reality, or actually you don't know, because what happens with Neptune and Pisces with relationships is like we get into a relationship, but maybe we just are like talking to the person, right? Or maybe we are just texting the person, and we develop this fantasy around the connection. So the fantasy, we kind of don't want to lose the fantasy, so then we never make it a reality. And right now, with Neptune going retrograde, it's time to, make that fantasy a reality. This could be love, but the Two of Cups could also just be something that you will love in your life. It could, Two of Cups can be you and your higher self, and your higher self is trying to communicate with you, which showed up like 20 times today in all the readings, right? So clearly it's a very spiritual time, and Mercury retrograde can be very spiritual. So I think we have to, if our higher self is telling us to do something, we need to like manifest whatever that is down on earth. With the Eight of Wands, you also have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles says get to work. Eight of Pentacles is, what's more important than that, though, what I really want to say here, collective, is that Eight of Pentacles is about looking at your work. It's about seeing how much work you have already done. It's about looking at what you have already accomplished and putting that into perspective. Sometimes I think we need to back up and look at everything that we've accomplished, because then it makes the next thing we're about to do 20 times easier. Because if you're too focused on work, you're not seeing that what you're about to do could be easier, and I feel like this is saying, it's like you already have all this knowledge and wisdom, which came up a lot during these readings, and now by putting things into work or putting things into practice, you'll be able to accomplish something, the next thing much easier or faster or whatever. So there you go. Thank you, Capricorn. Definitely enjoy the rest of your week.